Hi, I'm Billy Brown, Board Certified Behavior Analyst. Today we're going to be talking about the difference between latency and interresponse time. The thing that a lot of people kind of mix up between the two is when to use each one. So we're going to talk about the definition and when to use them and then a few real-life examples. So let's talk latency first. Is the time in between when a demand or SD is noticed in the environment and the behavior actually occurring. So right when that behavior starts is when we're going to stop our latency timer. So for example, if I say, go clean up your room, the time between me finishing the sentence, go clean up your room, and that individual actually beginning the cleaning process is going to be our latency. Now, interresponse time is a little bit different because interresponse time is looking more at the time between two behaviors. So if we look at something like the time it takes me to shoot 2 baskets, the time in between those 2 baskets is going to be what we're measuring. So now that you know what the 2 topics are, let's talk about when you would use each of them. So latency, we're going to look at that more for situations where we want to know if the person has any sort of delay. A lot of times you'll see this if you're a parent and you tell your child to do a chore or do a task. In a classroom, you might see this, the time it takes a student to begin their work, and when we want to limit that time before that happens. Or even in yourself, if you're anything like me, and you know that you procrastinate when you know if you've got a paper due or a report due, and you want to limit that time that you're procrastinating. Now, how do we fix this? How do we address this? What we want to do is start shaping up that faster responding, and when we shape that up, we're going to look for someone's latency to decrease, the time that it takes them to start to decrease. The way we do that is just by providing reinforcement. A lot of times, if the individual is engaging in long latency periods, typically if it's not a skill issue and it's a will issue, it's escape maintained. Typically, that's not every situation. But what we can do is start reinforcing that escape as soon as they begin the task. So if we're talking about doing a piece of paper or doing an assignment, we're going to say the second they pick up their pencil and write their name, boom, task terminated. That way, the faster they start, the faster they end. And then you can naturally shape that into something like the faster they complete their work, the faster they can end and get longer breaks. Now, interresponse time, where that becomes valuable is when we're looking at either speeding up or slowing down a behavior. So speeding up, we might want to say that I can finish a worksheet quick. Or slowing down, we might want to say, I'm not eating so quickly. Time between bites, we want to slow that down. And again, same situation, we're going to reinforce which side of that we want to see. So hopefully those real examples help you differentiate between the two. Thanks.